Ladies and gentlemen, greenskins and Eldar, and even those heretics out there, welcome to Warhammer 40k Dawn of War. I am the Alchemical Rabbit, and we are taking a nostalgic look back on the Dawn of War series. With Dawn of War 3 coming out in 2017, it feels like a good time to do so. I remember playing these games when they first came out, being a big player of the tabletop game, that is. I have a great deal of love for the 40k universe, its mythos, its style. I'm a little disappointed with what's happened to it in recent years, but I think that's most fans at this point. But without further ado, we are going to be playing the campaign. We're going to be playing on hard difficulty, and let's go ahead and set out. Now, if people end up liking this, maybe we'll play all the way through, and maybe even get into some of the expansions as well as as well as Dawn of War 2. But let's begin with the mission that started it all. Mission 1. Planetfall.
Hold the line! In the name of the Emperor, you will not falter!
You know, maybe they're faltering because they're Imperial Guardsmen fighting greenskins in melee.
We
Oh,
can't
poor guy.
hold! Run for your lives! Cowards! You will fight, or you will die.
I appreciate how the Imperial commander is just standing there taking orc shoot-us shots to the chest. Man mode. Oh, those orcs, they just spontaneously died. You know, I've watched this opening a couple of times, and I find it interesting that this is all done. This is not pre-rendered at all, because I've noticed that enemies are dying at different times.
The Blood Raven's third company. Status.
My lord, forgive me. We have done all we can to stop the orcs, but we have failed. My men's lives are yours.
You stood your ground in the face of the Emperor's foes. You've done your duty. If your men have failed you, I will leave their judgment in your hands.
Thank you, my lord.
I'm not here for your thanks. This port must be held if we are to maintain troops and supply lines to the planet's surface. That is why we are here. Now, what of the wounded and the civilians?
Stranded. We have few ships.
Then you shall have more. All Blood Raven flights execute Protocol 23 and initiate civilian evacuation. We will dispatch the ground forces.
Yes, my lord.
Ground forces, my lord, but the orcs have retreated.
You must know your enemy to defeat them, Colonel. Orcs only retreat to regroup. They will keep coming until you, or they, are dead.
Words of wisdom from the captain there.
Brothers, let us destroy this alien filth.
Alien filth destruction shall commence henceforth. You know, I very much enjoyed this game. I feel like Dawn of War was one of the last non-StarCraft RTSs that sort of kept the base building thing. You know, I think there's a lot of good reasons for why it died,
for a
but
battle. As the stronghold, our frontline battle headquarters is currently being assembled. We should proceed with caution until it is finished.
At your command. None shall stop us.
now obviously
We
this
must
is
start capturing strategic points. These three closest
these are
strategic
sheep.
points will do for now. Let us
Heresy
capture them
grows from
first, and
idleness.
then move on to the others. Splendid.
Onward
The stronghold
to
is
glory.
complete. What would you? We must now set about establishing a proper frontline base. Together to victory!
now, one thing I'm gonna have to get used to is the old controls. Because now, as you've probably noticed, this game did not come in widescreen.
Need is a chapel this day shall be a that will allow us to call down more Space Marine
Ever
squads.
vigilant.
Alright, we've begun the Chapel Bear, so go ahead and start grabbing the strategic points. And this game did something that was very cool at the time, is that it did not include the necessity to go hunting for resources. You don't have to do any mining, as you probably have already noticed. Instead, you have to actually hold sections of the map, these strategic points, which I just did a very bad job of holding as I left before it was actually grabbed. And, okay, those orcs are kind of in a shadow. You hold the points, and that actually is what generates your resources.
The chapel barracks is finished. Now you can build some more Space Marine squads.
I await your instructions. Build routine 721 initiated.
So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and send them to start building everything. So basically, while they are capturing a strategic point, you will notice they're all taking a knee. They are unable to defend themselves. So that is something you have to pay attention
To
to.
defeat these orcs, we will need to call in some special weapons. We must build an armory to get access to them.
Marine squad deployed.
Alright, there's our Marine squad. Also, unlike a lot of traditional RTSs where you build, one guy at a time, you build a squad, and then you can actually add guys to the squad while they're in the
armory is
field.
operational. The Space Marine squads can now upgrade their standard bolters to flamers and heavy bolters. The Emperor protects.
So I'm going to go for with these is I'm going to go for one heavy bolt, or at the beginning, one heavy bolter and one flamer, and then later on we're going to go really heavy into heavy bolters to deal with greenskins, because it's similar to how they work.
Forget our power needs. Building a plasma generator stands will supply us with the power we need to keep our force going.
Taking heavy fire.
So there is one type of resource that we don't get from the strategic points. That is energy, the green one in the upper left-hand corner. That we generate passively by building certain buildings. So still no actual mining. I'm just sending these guys out around. What I was saying is we'll go ahead and once we get heavy weapon increase researched, then we'll go ahead and increase all of our squads to heavy bolters.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Sorry, 3 heavy bolters and 1 flamer, and that will deal with the greenskins pretty quick. Even though they're currently standing in cover.
Generators will continue to produce power at a constant rate, but there is a limit of how many plasma generators can be built per stronghold.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to build 2 of these for right now, because that's about all that we have the resources for. Also, if you build these listening posts onto each strategic point, that will go ahead and increase the rate in which you are getting strategic resources. I'm sorry, requisition resources. Okay, so we're good there. We cleared out all of those green skins. I don't think there's any more around here, but we're just going to kind of keep searching.
My faith is my shield.
I await your
So as soon as we have 100 resources, we can build another listening post. We have a tech adept down below, finishing up the second generator.
Beware the alien.
Also, the game actually had a cover system. You notice the shields above their heads. That's indicative of them actually getting higher defense from just being in craters and different types of cover, which was also a really nice little mechanic that I haven't seen used enough
most beneficent one.
recently. I'm sure there are games that do
await
use it.
your instructions.
I don't have RTS. I need to play RTSs more.
He who stands with me
Taking
shall be
damage.
my
Are you
brother.
shooting me? How dare you, sir? Now, one thing you gotta kind of be careful of when it comes to the heavy bolters is that you'll notice if they get into range with just one gun,
While the
they'll tend
enemies
to
of the
stop
Emperor still draw breath,
and not get in range for everything else, so you kind of want to move them all forward so everyone gets in range and can kind of just mow them down like so.
my faith is my shield.
Because even if you just do an attack move command, what'll happen is they'll get in range of the first gun, and then they will simply just fire with that one gun and never move again. And that's not really acceptable for what we're trying to do right now. Build another group of Space Marines. Space Marines.
My faith is my shield.
Thankfully, orcs tend to move in close anyway. Gonna keep adding heavy bolters to these squads because heavy bolters chew up orc.
And carry a big gun.
Good. Very good. Alright, there's another
Marine squad deployed.
strategic
Attacking
point
as
right
ordered.
there. Let's go ahead.
Awaiting orders.
Nice little thing you can go ahead and do is
Praise
use
the
these
name of
small
the
squads that haven't been
Praise
fully
the Emperor.
upgraded yet. Go ahead and move
Commencing
them
attack.
in. and then they can go ahead and claim the resource, and everyone else can cover them. You can continue to upgrade them while they're capturing, too. So, a nice little, at least in the single player.
To hunt down the source of these orcs. They must have a base somewhere within the walls of this Imperial facility. But
I
where?
await your instructions.
Where could the orc base be? Could it be behind the giant orky walls?
Alert, brothers. The enemy must be
See, I'm just gonna let them ping off because they're shooting at these WOG banners, which are the orc equivalent of houses as well as just defensive structures, but they have relatively short range, so the heavy bolters can actually kind of take them out all by themselves.
Heresy grows
Keep
from
adding
fighting
guys to the
teammates.
squad that's capturing at the moment.
The Emperor protects.
And drop that other building. In later missions, we'll get weapons more aimed
Well
at
done.
taking out
We have captured
buildings.
several strategic points. Capturing strategic points and building listening posts on them earns us more requisition resource, which we can use
Yes,
when we build
most
squads and
beneficent one.
equipment.
Yes, my lord. Orders received, brother. Yes, my lord.
The Emperor protects.
Alright, let's need a bit more resources, and we'll get everybody on heavy bolters.
Look, an orc camp. And look there, a break in the spaceport's defensive wall. They must have blasted their way in. We
dare
must
they?
destroy this orc camp and any others these
how the
foul
orcs got
creatures
in.
may have constructed. Today, the enemy shall know fear.
Go ahead and go for the WOG banner.
Maintain
So,
attack
yeah,
formation.
just to show, we're just going to move up so we can get all the bolters in range.
Fear our wrath.
And it's a lot faster. Just get every single gun in the area and they'll melt. Boom, boom. Go ahead and make
Excellent.
sure we keep every
This
squad
orc
fully
camp has been
upgraded.
destroyed.
Like so, make sure he gets a flamer. The purpose of the flamer is one, it does AoE damage, which is pretty good against orcs, but more importantly,
Yes, Lord.
it also demoralizes. Every unit, you'll notice, has two pieces of health, a blue bar and a green bar, like you see here. Green bar is your traditional health. A blue bar is actually their morale.
Excellent.
If they take too much
Beware.
damage
Is now
or
protected
whatnot,
from
then they will end up
retaliation.
they'll
We should
end up
continue
running
to build
or
listening
breaking.
posts on
I don't think
all
they
our
necessarily
captured points.
run. But they do become incredibly incompetent
Yes,
in
Lord.
battle. Like, they start doing, like, no damage, they start
Those
taking extra
Imperial
damage, it
guardsmen look
sucks.
like they could use some assistance. Today,
Come,
the enemy
brothers,
shall know
make
fear.
haste. Our
Moving
prayers have been
out.
answered. Here come the Space Marines.
Onward to glory.
Just gonna move on in so that we can mow down the orcs and save these little Imperial Guardsmen. If you're not familiar with Warhammer 40k, one, I'm amazed you're watching this video, but welcome. And two, the difference between an Imperial Guardsman is that Imperial Guardsmen are human. They are mortal men. Simply trained in war, but kind of in that
It is
Soviet...
time we started acting like it.
That Soviets during World War II kind of training of, here's a gun, this is how you shoot it, this is how you maintain it, go kill everything in front of you. They're not very good, but there's a lot of them, and there's an honor to them, so you respect them. The Space Marines, highly trained, near immortal in regards to age and disease, superhuman, genetically modified, enemies, genetically modified men, on average like 6 or 7 foot 6 inches tall, wearing power armor, super strong, yada yada yada. Captain America on steroids, in other words, with power armor. So Brotherhood of Steel meets Captain America, basically.
Area secured.
My
That's why
faith
everyone's like,
is
oh
my
my
shield.
god, it's the Space Marines! It's because they're super rare,
Cleanse,
very powerful.
purge, kill.
The men of legend, that sort of thing.
Build routine 721 initiated.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
We have lost a unit. Nope. You can also, with your heroes and generals, you can actually have them join units, which tends to give them buffs and also makes them just a little easier to keep control of. They also tend to help the leadership of anything they're nearby.
Attacking as ordered.
We'll see them come into even more focus in Dawn of War 2 if we get there.
Moving out.
'Cause then you get to equip them, and it's all kinds of fanciness. Let's see, can we build any more units than we currently have? Don't think we can. No, we don't currently have the research to do it, so these 4 units are all that we're going to have. They will be more than enough. Just trying to cut down these orcs just enough to save these guardsmen. Mostly so I feel better about myself. Oh my god, they're almost dead. There's 3 of them left.
Orders
Kill the last
received,
orc.
brother.
I don't know if 3 guardsmen can take an orc in melee.
Regroup.
In the tabletop game, that would be kind of a fair fight.
Cleanse, purge, kill.
Obviously, Space Marines very happy-go-lucky
Yes,
with their
Lord.
cleanse, purge, kill.
Yes, Lord.
What would you have me do?
We're just gonna make our way across the map and see if we can conquer everything possible.
Orders received, brother.
Oh, look at that. Another walk banner. Now, instead of just doing an attack command, because I want to get everybody into range once again, I'm going to click up here. And once they're all in, now we're just going to start mowing things down like so. It does take the heavy bolters a moment to set up when they stop moving, so that is the disadvantage of them. They can't fire while moving, and they have to set up. But once they're sort of in place, they will just start to chew through
While the
everything.
enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be
So I was going
no
to bring these
peace.
2 units up.
At your command.
He who stands
Now we
with
will
me
continue
shall
to
be
lose
my
guys,
brother.
but that's okay, because we'll just continue to replace them in the field. We don't have to go all the way back to our base to rebuild units,
Today the enemy
which is a
shall know
nice
fear.
little feature of
What
this
would
game.
you have me do?
You don't have to do the entire reinforcements from the base kind of deal. You just sort of make your units, they can go out there, and assuming they don't get wiped out, you can always reinforce them back. Now, if they get wiped out, well, you're screwed. Yeah, later on when we actually put some missile launchers into these squads, they are going to
We
chew
stand
through
ready.
things. Alright, we're going to
Yes, my
send
lord.
that group over there to take that
On
point.
alert,
These guys are
brothers.
going to go over
The
here.
enemy must be nearby.
Once again, always want to have one unit kind of covering
command.
for the unit that's doing the capturing, because they are
Ever
defenseless.
vigilant.
They start getting shot, they're just going to stand there.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Okay, guys, come on. Controls are a little janky. This game is pretty old by this point. I think it's... I don't know. I want to guess it's 12 or 13 years old. It's honestly not a bad-looking RTS, considering.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperial.
We got some more Imperial Guardsmen in need of our assistance.
Yes,
so we'll send
most
that.
beneficent one.
You'll come up here.
For the Emperor.
Walk softly.
Alright, they're
And
going
carry
to
a
open
big gun.
fire. So we got the flamethrower painting their way in. Now the heavy bolters will unleash hell. And we have
Today
secured.
the enemy
Cool.
shall know fear.
Orders received.
Now in this game, the Imperial Guard are not available to play as an actual army. That comes in one of the
Heresy grows
expansions.
from idleness.
I think the next one, I think it's
Orders
Winter
received,
Assault.
Yes,
brother.
Lord.
Which has a narrative.
Initializing build protocol.
I don't remember it as well as I remember
Excellent.
this one. I just remember the
This
voice
orc
acting's a
camp
lot
has been
worse.
destroyed.
Fear denies faith.
Alright, so we are going to start rearranging our units.
Orders received, brother.
Get them into positions. Just sort of sweep our way across. Now, later on, probably in the next mission or the one afterwards, we'll be able to upgrade the listing post to actually have turrets, which will make them actually
What's your
defendable.
order? Orders
In the
received,
meantime, we're just
brother.
going to keep kind of sweeping our way across the field.
Walk softly.
And
For the
point
Emperor.
has been claimed. Oh, there appears to be more guardsmen. Let's not neglect them. Similarly,
He's attacking. Orders
there
received.
are orcs attacking what appears to be a Lehman Russ battle tank.
Initiating attack.
That's the other thing about the Imperial Guard. Yes, it is full of just mortal men who tend to die easily, but they have big tanks. It's kind of their
Reporting for
offset
duty.
The
sir.
Emperor protects.
for being made up of so many. Oh my god, can we save all of them? Oh, it's not looking good for the guardsmen.
Orders received. None shall stop us.
Open fire, guys.
For the glory of the Imperium.
Oh, I don't think there are any guardsmen left, guys. I think we did not make that group in time. It doesn't actually matter, there's no real reason. However, you notice, because we saved that Lehman Russ, we now have a Lehman Russ. Which is a very, very good thing to
Yes,
have
my
right
lord.
now.
Take and hold.
So we're going to go ahead and send the Lehman Russ back towards this guy.
Yes, most
So
beneficent
what he's going
one.
to do is he is going to work on repairing
Yes,
this
Lord.
thing.
While
Alright.
the enemies of the Emperor still draw
Well,
breath, there can be no
We
peace.
failed to save the guardsmen, but we did honor their memory by killing every orc that stood against them, so... Emperor's blessings
Walk
upon them for that,
softly.
at least.
And carry a big gun.
Yeah, he's gonna work on repairing this Lehman Russ. This Lehman Russ is gonna be very useful, since we don't really have a whole lot of anti-building right now when we're about to go into the main orc
Securing
base.
objective.
Make sure we have no other research. Nope. We can, for the sake of it, just go ahead and build
With all due haste.
2 more generators, just to have them. Alright, we have claimed that point. Let's go ahead and get ourselves in position. We're going to move in.
My faith is my shield.
Once that Lehman Russ is... Lehman Russ has 2 heavy bolters attached to the side along with that giant battle cannon on top, which we should see fire here in a moment. Boom! There it goes. Not the most accurate weapon. Doesn't really have to be. As you can see. Love the Lehman Russ. It is the tank of tanks.
Yes,
Basically.
most beneficent one.
Yes, I am the most beneficent one. That is true, Servitor. Yeah, the servitors, the guys who are doing all of our construction, they were more than likely either servants of the Emperor, so, you know, very good, loyal citizens who passed away, and then, to honor them, we have repurposed their physical form to continue to serve the God Emperor, or they could be criminals serving out some kind of sentence. You know, maybe they were heretic, maybe they didn't do well in school, that sort of thing, disobey their parents, you know, you don't really want to disobey the commandments when it comes to the Emperor. And because of that, he was, you know, 1, sentenced to execution, and 2, his body was repurposed to be more useful to the Imperium as a servitor. It does seem a little weird that criminals and, you know, good people both sort of end up with the same fate, but, you know, the Emperor works in mysterious ways. We're just going to go ahead and claim the last of these locations. Just going to stand against these orcs who are charging us. The red circles around them indicate that they have broken and they're going to die because their morale is crap. Orcs don't have great leadership, but they do have good numbers. So the more orcs there are, the better their leadership tends to be.
Defending objective.
Yep, okay, we'll send the group up there. These 2 groups continue to move around the flank, drawing the orc attention. Orc, greenskin, you know, it's half a dozen of 1/6 of the other, but orcs are the big guys, greenskins refer to them with their goblins and knobs, and all of them as sort of one cultural entity. Can you call orcs cultural? Is that heresy? I think that might be heresy, to be completely fair. You can see we kind of got flanked here. You see this unit's actually not doing so well because they're also getting shot at by a group of guys in heavy cover. But we took out the group that was flanking us, so we should start to wipe them out. Orcs are cheap and numerous, but they aren't very good. And there goes their headquarters building. Wreck that pile of guns next. And we're just gonna sort of murder our way through the rest of this.
Yes, my lord.
Kill the last orc. Very good.
Weapons at ready.
They go ahead and join up with the rest of the army.
Heavy support available.
What we got? We got their own reactor over here, plus a Du Bois hut, which is their equivalent of a barracks. Alright, I think they're done. We have them surrounded, we have them outnumbered, and as an orc, you never really want to be outnumbered. You never want to be outnumbered by Space Marines in general, just as a rule of thumb. If you're outnumbered by Space Marines, you're going to lose.
There, that's the last
Done.
of them. Well done, Blood Ravens. Victory is ours.
I am honored to be in the presence of a librarian. I wish to know how my men can better serve you.
We shall wait for the captain to finish his prayers. I saw you stand against the orcs. You are a brave man, Colonel. I wish I could say the same of your men.
I shall strengthen their resolve, my lord.
See that you do, or we shall do it for you. You have something you wish to say. Say it, Colonel.
How did you know?
Even without my psychic gifts, it is obvious. Speak.
Is it true your company eradicated a heresy on the planet of Cyrene recently? An exterminatus, down to the planet's last man, woman, and child?
Colonel, your company is welcome, but such questions are not. Do not ask the captain about Cyrene if you intend to remain in his good graces. Brother Captain, the Colonel wishes an audience with you.
Thank you, Isidore.
My lord, my Tartarus 37th Imperial Guard Regiment stand ready to serve you in protecting the city. They wish to make amends for...
They will have many opportunities to prove themselves warriors worthy of the Emperor. The Blood Ravens are leaving the city. Its protection is in your hands.
I will ready my men. May I ask what your next course of action is?
Orcs only respect strength. I intend to show them that we have it in ample supply.
Alright, that is a
Excellent.
mission success.
This orc camp has been destroyed.
Thank you, Captain. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed the first episode, please give some feedback, like the episode, and subscribe if you are new. Until next time, I am the loyal servant of the Emperor, the Alchemical Rabbit, and I'll see you next time.